It's your favorite host doing the most, and you know I love to boast. It's Mo Williams tuning in. This is Give 'em Mo podcast, and I am your favorite host, like I said before. And I hope everyone's having a beautiful day. We just tuning in. First, we'd like to give out the shout outs. Shout out to my mother, my grandmother, most importantly. She don't know how to log on to YouTube and do this stuff, but I know she would if she could. My aunt Diane and my aunt Betty, I appreciate y'all for commenting. And everybody else, 8 Ball Can, you also commented. I appreciate you. Jerry, I always appreciate you. And so many more people that made this happen. Shout out to everybody. We try not to miss anybody, but you also have to highlight the people who really support you, who's really in your corners. Shout out to all 78 subscribers. We're trying to make it to 100. We're going to get it to 100. One day we might be at 1,000. One day we're going to be at 100,000. It's a journey. You just got to keep going. You just got to keep pushing. And, I know I'm not in this alone. Sometimes I feel like I am, but I know I'm not in this alone. I got God, the universe, and I got people that I just shouted out, plus many more who's in my corner at all times. And when you got people in your corner, and I say this, you hear people say this a lot, I know I'm still here because my grandmother and others are praying for me, and I just don't know. So thank you, everybody, for your support. Let me not forget about my girlfriend. I love you. Your support has been amazing as well. And, you guys may not know this, but those comments, those likes, and even the dislikes every now and then, those is what keep me going and keep me asking myself, what can I do better? No, we can't please everybody. Everyone's not going to agree with all the messages, and this is not to sway you to agree with me. This is an open conversation, and that's what that comment section is for. If you do not agree with something or you see something differently, please comment and let me know. But getting back to the subject matter, season 2, like I said, management, we have pushed season 2 back to the fall. I'm thinking September. Of course, my birthday is September the 9th, 9/9. But we're working on a lot of things. But I've been giving content and not really taking the time to myself to get myself together, to get myself acclimated. Haven't really taken the time to sit down, go over numbers, see the trend, see what you guys like to hear, and see what I could build on. I've just been working through this, the pandemic and so much more, just trying to make things happen. But it's important that you take time to yourself. It's important that you do things that's going to help benefit yourself, because if you don't take care of yourself, what is there to take care of? But without further ado, you already know if I'm going to leave you. Oh, by the way, I'm done making episodes for at least a month. Actually, I think I won't put out an episode in July, and that's just a grace period. We're working on photography. We're working on making sure this video get right. Working on the setup to make sure it look good, so we can give y'all different things. Just working on different things and really doing all the production work myself. It can be hard, but we're not going to complain. That's what we do it for. We get better day by day. But we do have an episode, and it's going to be quick, and it's something that just came to me while I was talking to my brother the other day. Shout out to him. Congratulations to all my family members who just graduated. I'm really proud of y'all. It's important, graduating is a big thing. Unfortunately, due to what's going on, you may not get to cross the stage, or you may get to cross the stage. And I think I spoke about this in episode 1. If you do get the opportunity to cross the stage, just remember to take your time. So many times in life, we rush things and we don't take our time because we believe in the concept of time. But when you stop believing in the concept of time and start telling yourself, I have the time to do this, you walk across that stage with your head high, people screaming your name, people you don't know cheering for you. It's one of the greatest things ever. And don't be ashamed to be moved to tears, because That's when you know it's real. Everybody ain't gonna shed tears. I shed tears after I graduated from college for multiple reasons, but I'll probably do it again when I graduate again. But like I said, we got a quick episode, and it's something that when I was a teenager, it mattered to me, and I notice I'm 25 now. Now it doesn't matter as much, and I understood why. And it's something called I Love You. Now, we can go so many directions with this, but this episode is called I Love You versus Love You. That's I Love You versus Love You. Now, why am I talking about this? Because my generation, I don't know about other generations, but when you was in school, as childish as this may sound, if you talk to any girl or any dude, if anybody you consider a significant other or you was trying to talk to, and you told them you loved them and you put the I, if they text you back or if they said love you back, that was like a slap to the face. And it was like, growing up, it was like, if a girl didn't say I love you back, it was almost like she was mad at you. And in some cases it was true, in some cases it wasn't true, but the biggest difference between I love you and love you is the letter I. Now, the angle I'm going to take at that I is the reason why we were so fascinated with the I and love you is because I can argue that you didn't love yourself if you focused on the I. And you may be wondering why I say that. Because a secure person doesn't search for the wording. Most people don't even have to hear it. If it's understood, it don't have to be said. And that's really like, even though my family has no problem saying I love you and stuff like that, we really didn't focus on that. When we met up, every now and then it's I love you, be safe, this and that. But in everyday conversation, we didn't have to end every conversation with I love you or love you. So it really wasn't something that I really wrapped my head around. But I was so fascinated on that until one day I texted my mother and, I said, I love you. And she replied back, love you too. And that's when it hit me. Because I was going through my transition and I was like, I know my mama loved me, but she didn't put the I on it. And I paused and I thought about it and I was like, we focus so much on that I that the reason why you gotta put I in it or you gotta see that I is because you don't truly love yourself yet. You're starting to fall in love with yourself. But you gotta put yourself in everything. When you're secure, when you love yourself first, you can love somebody else. They always tell us that. So I want you to think back to when you probably was most immature or most new to this. That I meant so much to you, and you may not be thinking about it. It might just be my generation, but I feel like the older generation can speak to it too. That I just means so much to you. But if you take that I out and you put love you or love you too, that's when the love becomes real. Because that's when you finally are loving yourself on a level that you're secure in your love. And I love myself so much that I got enough love to give to you. It took me experiencing that from the love of my mother to understand that if my mother say love you too, then the I doesn't matter because she loves herself and she has enough love to love me. And since she's my mother and I'm a part of her and we're a part of the first mother, then nothing else really matters. So that's just a quick thing I wanted to get out Thank you guys for supporting. Hit that subscribe button if you already have it. It's no point in tuning in every week and not subscribing. You got to know when I'm talking. Even though I'm taking a break, just know that I'll be working on something, and we're going to come back better than before. Season 2 is on the way. 41 Degree Photography. I'll be working on my photography company in the meantime. Thank you guys for tuning in. And I'm going to say it. I love you guys. Only because it sounds better than saying love you guys. But don't get it twisted. I do love myself. And to everybody that tuned in and everybody that made this to this part, just remember you're a special person. And God has something very special in store for you. And thank you for being here for me and the Give 'Em More podcast, because it's some days where I struggle to come up with stuff, and there's some days where I can just spit it out. But best believe, as long as you support, as long as it's one person supporting, I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to do it for you. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's your favorite host doing the most. It's Mo Williams. I'm out.